Alright, let's get into it. So today we're going to be doing tourniquets. When are you going to use a tourniquet? When we have life-threatening extremity hemorrhage. First, you're going to call 911. Let's go ahead and identify a casualty. What's going on with them? Alright, so is there blood? Do you see blood anywhere on the arms or on the legs of your casualty? Yes. Okay, let's apply manual pressure. Hey, but what do different bleeds look like? You see that? You see this? That's not an extreme bleed, okay? When we have pulsating blood being sprayed from the open artery, that's what we're looking for. That's going to be a life-threatening bleed. That's where your brachial artery is going to be, right underneath there, okay? So once you guys feel that, now you know where the brachial artery is. That's where you're going to apply pressure if someone has a life-threatening bleed from the arm. Same thing when you go in on the leg. It's going to be on the inside of the leg, okay? So for the femoral artery, as you can see, right here is where it starts, next to the groin area. You're going to add digital pressure there in order to stop the bleed distal to that area. That just means below, okay? And also it's going to run straight down against the femur, and that's where you're going to push off against the bone in order to stop a bleed, adding digital pressure. Given the situation, there are many ways to apply manual pressure. Elbows, knees, anything of the sort. Just be cognizant that you do not want to cause further harm to that casualty, as they're already in pain and they're already hurt, and you can cause further complications. So once you assess your casualty, okay, is there bleeding? If not, go ahead and check again. It might not be bleeding yet, so go ahead and check again to make sure that you didn't miss anything and that you're not potentially putting someone's life in danger. Has the bleeding stopped? If yes, go ahead and move your casualty to a safe location and talk to them. You want to keep talking to your casualty to make sure that they're alright. If the bleeding has not stopped, go ahead and retighten that tourniquet. Here you can see a tourniquet that I've configured into a loop. That way it goes over the injured leg as opposed to putting it together. Here you can see I went through both friction adapters to increase tourniquet effectiveness and the chance of it not coming apart. Here's an alternate configuration of the cat tourniquet. In this configuration, as you can see, it's in a more compact form and easily accessible. It's also better to place into a pocket, so that way I can take it out at a moment's notice and use it when need be. So as you can see, the tourniquet's in an alternate configuration and it's going to be applied differently. I'm going to place the free end of the windlass on the outside of the leg and I'm going to seesaw it up. Once I seesaw it up to a high enough location for me to apply it, I'm going to then go through both friction adapters. The reason I go through both friction adapters on the leg is because the leg is much larger than the arm and requires a lot more tension for the tourniquet to stay in place so that it doesn't come loose. As you can see here, I'm using the same seesaw method to apply the tourniquet. This is because I'm still applying pressure while at the same time getting this tourniquet onto my casualty. If your casualty is up, you can of course use the configured loop method, placing the tourniquet over the limb and then tighten it down. Your casualty can of course give you a hand to apply pressure if they're conscious. So our three biggest mistakes when applying tourniquets are: 1. Applying a tourniquet at the wrong time. 2. Not having a tourniquet when it's needed. And 3. Not applying a tourniquet tight enough. So that's it for today's class. Thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a DM or post your comments down below. Thanks. I'll see you guys later.